This trip started like any other until we handed the steering wheel to a robot. We asked ChatGPT to plan us a full 3-day road trip through a foreign country, British Columbia, Canada. It chose the route, the stops, even where we'd sleep at night. At first, it felt like a fun experiment, but things started to unravel fast. Wrong turns, closed campsites, restaurants that didn't exist. And then in the wee hours of the morning, a sound we'll never forget. A knock on the van door.
First knock.
What did he want?
It was our first real encounter. They weren't welcome and we weren't ready. What started as a tech-fueled adventure turned into something much darker. Can AI really plan a safe and successful trip? Or did we just trust a machine with way too much? Buckle up, it's gonna be a wild one. If you're new here, I'm Emily, this is Brian, and our adventure pup, Wes. We've been living on the road full-time in our converted Sprinter van since July 2024. This is our adventure out there. Hey everyone, we've been in Canada exploring beautiful British Columbia now for a couple of days on our way up to the Stewart-Cassiar Highway to start our journey up to Alaska. Between where we are right now and the start of the Cassiar, we have several hundred miles and we really don't know much about the area. It's so big and so vast and there's just a ton of different options. So we decided it might be fun to ask AI or ChatGPT where to go.
What could go wrong?
What could possibly go wrong? So we're going to give it a prompt and we're going to tell it that we've got, a couple of days and we want some free camping along the way. We want dog-friendly hikes and maybe also some poutine.
Yeah, maybe the best poutine in the area.
And let's see where it takes us.
We might not follow it to a T, but let's see what happens.
So first night, it's telling us to head to Bowron Lake Provincial Park, which is about 2 hours from here. Looks like a pretty area. You want to check it out?
Let's do it.
All right, let's go.
Just like the white-winged dove sings a song, sounds like she's singing. Ooh.
We just saw our first moose.
Just like the
Too slow with the camera.
dove sings a song, sounds like she's singing. Ooh, baby, ooh, say ooh. And the days go by.
Well, we just pulled into this campground and all the sites say they're reserved and there's no one appears to be working here. So we're thinking that this campground is still technically closed.
Well, there's just no one here at all.
Yeah, and it looks like they're doing like some road maintenance, and I think it's still just a sleepy little place that hasn't quite woken up yet from the winter. Beautiful, but this may be a first red check mark for AI. Wouldn't be free either, so that was the other thing, right?
Yeah.
All right, we got skunked on that site, but I think we got a pretty good lead on another, so let's go check it out.
Look at the mama and babies! Ah, no way! Wow. That's so cool. Hi.
All right, let him eat in peace, huh?
Yeah. Bye.
Did you see how deep that water was they ran through? It was up to their necks.
She was very cautious about us.
Mama does not mess around.
No.
Cool though, huh?
Yeah.
And we've seen 4 moose now. 4 moose!
You gotta work on your accent a little bit.
I think I did that pretty good. Moose. 4 moose. We found home for the night. ChatGPT did not. This is pretty awesome. 10 out of 10.
Unfortunately, that other site didn't pan out that ChatGPT recommended. Not only was it not free, it was 18 Canadian dollars per night. It was also not open yet for the season, and it was over an hour out of the way, so definitely not along the route. So when that didn't pan out, I did some research on one of my favorite apps to use for finding free campsites in Canada. That is Campendium, and came across this recreation site, which is amazing. We're excited to stay here for the evening. You may be wondering why we didn't do this research ourselves to begin with, but it's kind of just like an experiment to see where ChatGPT is going to lead us. And I think that's half of the fun. Hopefully tomorrow we have a little bit better luck.
Hi.
Yum.
Yummy, bud. So it appears we have some busy critters that live here at camp. There are a few trees here that you can see that the beaver have been working on. In particular, that big tree over there has a lot of teeth marks in it. And if they were to work on that for, I don't know, another week, that tree could fall right on top of Gertie. But we're gonna put the trail cams out tonight and see if maybe we can get them in action.
Right, it is dinner time in the van, and I really wish that we would have gotten something to cook in the Dutch oven today.
That's okay.
We had some rotisserie chicken that we needed to eat up, and we weren't sure if we'd be able to cook outside or not because it's kind of been raining the past few days. I mean, ever since we got into Canada,
Pretty much.
it's been raining. So we've got some farro up here somewhere, but I'll go with the chicken if I can find it.
You need the step stool because you have little legs.
No, Brian, I found the farro. But thank you for offering.
You want to say cuss words.
Step stool because I have little legs.
It's a good thing we didn't do the Dutch oven tonight. It really started to rain hard.
All right, farro is cooked. We've got a bunch of cherry tomatoes, cucumber, olives, chicken, and then some balsamic vinaigrette. I'm gonna add a little bit of parm, stir it up, and dinner is done.
Thanks, babe.
Thanks.
It's so bright. I think we're about to call it night. First, I'm gonna go put our trail cam up to see if we can catch those busy beavers chewing on these trees or any other critter that might walk through camp tonight, because we are kind of out there. Let's see what we find in the morning. It's really coming down, eh? Just want to make sure I have it aimed the general direction we're looking for. Come on, bud. All right, we'll see if we spot anything in the morning. See you guys then. Good night. Nothing on the trail cam. Wah, wah. And it doesn't look like our beaver friends were here last night anyway. There wasn't any evidence of new shadings. So we'll try it again tonight, wherever we end up. Hopefully we see something soon and not in person form. Animal form only, please. What are your first impressions on our first night of AI?
Well, I'd have to say I'm a little skeptical. Not gonna lie. After yesterday driving like an extra 2 hours than we needed to, and not knowing that that campground wasn't open for the season, and it wasn't free, and it wasn't en route, not feeling really good about today. How about you?
I'm skeptical also, but at least it's getting us out there, like deep into BC.
True.
It was a pretty drive. We saw some moose, a lot of lakes and rivers. So worst case, we just see beautiful British Columbia that we normally wouldn't because it is kind of taking us off route. But today's sounding maybe a little better.
Yeah, so for today, it has us going to Burns Lake, and it's about a 4-hour drive from here. It says travel through the Caribou Mountains along Highway 16, enjoying the picturesque landscapes. It didn't actually give us a campsite for tonight. It just said explore Crownland areas near Burns Lake for dispersed camping opportunities. So I'm going to have to do a little research. But I think I have a good lead on a free rec spot for tonight that I found on Campendium. And there might be a cool hike around the lake. So I say we head there. We do need to stop real quick in town here and get some supplies.
Yeah, I would totally stay here another night. The weather's looking really good, but yeah, we're out of food. It's time to go, so come on. So ChatGPT did get us in this general direction, but we still needed to use our own brains and human power to find this spot. So I think it's another win for the humans. It's a great spot too. Let's see if the kid approves. What do you think, buddy? Lake view. Well, I was gonna go chop some wood and start a fire. Now I'm gonna wait till this hail passes. Hell no!
Too much weight from the ice?
Yeah.
What does this remind you of?
I don't know what you're talking about. All right, should be good for until the next round.
Very deja vu. Yeah.
All right, let's try to make a fire with this wet firewood.
This is a thing I've never known before. It's called easy living. This is a place I've never seen before, and I've been forgiven. Easy living, and I've been forgiven since you've taken your place in my heart.
Look what I found. It's the good stuff right there. It's that fat wood. This will definitely help get this wet wood going. You saw earlier we had that big hailstorm. I thought I moved the wood out of the way, out of weather's way, and it ended up getting soaked. It was sideways hail, sideways rain, and I had the wood under the van and it got soaked. So I'm gonna do this. We're gonna get this fire going. I want a Dutch oven meal tonight. And since this is gonna take a minute, I think it requires a wobbly pop. Let's do this. Even the cardboard's a little bit damp, but we'll get this. All right, we got a nice little fire going. Got some wood on top and a little bit inside drying out. I think we're cooking tonight. High five. Give everyone a high five. Good boy. Good job.
Ready to get dinner going?
Yes.
It's heavy. Do not. Oh, careful.
Let go. Just let go.
You got it? Get the back.
I got it.
Okay.
It's good. I'm excited for this.
Some green chili, chicken chili. Some hatch green chili, chicken chili. I really don't know how to say what this is. But it's got green chilies. It's got chicken. It's got beans. All the good stuff.
505.
Oh my gosh, and the sun, it's so nice out right now. So beautiful. Oh my gosh, I have hair. If there's hair in this, I'm sorry. There's like this hair that won't stop.
Is this new to you?
I'm blowing it around.
Let's talk about hair, Emily. Let's talk about long, beautiful strands of rogue hair.
I'm sorry. Love you.
I love you. More.
You ready for this?
What is that?
How much?
All of it?
You think?
No, it's pretty. Got a little kick, babe.
Okay, that's really good.
Perfect. The kern. Lazy chicken.
Lazy chicken. That looks pretty good. Some cheese.
Cheers! Oh, I'm so excited, babe.
Should be good, huh?
There's not even a taco shell, and I'm excited.
But there kind of is. Because we got the...
It's broken taco shell.
Did you get into this already?
No, I just opened the thing.
Oh, okay. But...
Is this for real? Choose your one.
I was taste testing off of this one. I mean, you can eat if you want. Whoa.
You gotta pull.
I did get the cheese pull. How is yours so much hotter than mine? Everything together though. The sweet corn, the creamy beans.
Creamy beans.
Creamy beans. And the very medium hot. Hatch green chili. So good.
It's like a crunchy enchilada. I'm so glad we brought some chilies. We're almost all cleaned up. Can you believe it? It's almost 9 o'clock at night. It's still super bright out. We're gonna call it a night. Good night.
Got our first knock.
First knock.
5 o'clock. Why? What did he want?
He wanted to know what time it was.
Why?
Hey, I don't know if that's really what he wanted, but that's all he's gonna get.
What does he want? It's only 5:30 in the morning.
I don't think he really knows what's going on. He looks a little lost. There's a tent over here now that wasn't here when we went to bed. He just looks really confused. I think maybe he just had a really long night. First time he came by, he said he didn't have his phone. He asked what time it was. He's walking around looking for something. I think he's in this tent over here. He's just kind of moving stuff around, and I'm not that worried about it. Emily is, though.
It's just odd. He knocked on our door at 5 o'clock just to ask what time it was. That's strange.
Not saying he doesn't have other intentions, but watching him, he does look very lost and confused about what's going on, and maybe he really did lose his phone. We'll keep our distance. I'll keep my eye on him. Got a couple things outside. They're still there. That's good. One is a trail cam, so that might pull some interesting footage from that.
Didn't capture the bears we wanted, just...
What did I say? Humans, stay away from the van. We just want wildlife. It didn't get dark here till well past 10:30 last night. So who knows what time he showed up and got that tent set up. And you can see how light it is out here. It's been like this for the past hour and a half. He might have got dropped off here after a party or whatever. And now it doesn't remember getting dropped off. Dude, where's my car? I'm going to keep an eye on him. We're going to kind of get moving here. I don't really want to go outside right now. We'll get moving here in a minute.
We're not at camp anymore. We continued to head down the highway towards the next recommendation that ChatGPT has for us, but we'll get to that in just a second. First, we want to talk about where we are and what happened this morning and why it made us so on edge. Where we are is a stretch of highway from Prince George to Prince Rupert that is also known as the Yellowhead Highway or the Highway of Tears. And the way that it got the name Highway of Tears is pretty dark, unfortunately, as you can probably guess by the name. But when the highway was constructed in 1970, since then, over 80 women, they estimate, have either gone missing or have been murdered along this highway. And unfortunately, a lot of those are completely unsolved. It also happens to be a disproportionate amount of Indigenous women. And there's a couple of factors that play into this. The highway is extremely remote. There's long stretches between communities. A lot of people hitchhike to get from community to community. And there's also not a lot of cell reception in the area. So given all of that and knowing about the history of crimes in the area, when we got a knock at 5 o'clock in the morning in this area, it put me on edge, and I know it put you on edge.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I kind of went into alert mode. I decided it would probably be best to get up and pull off one of our blackout curtains and just kind of see what was going on, what he was out there doing. Being on the road full time, especially, you just always need to be aware of your surroundings. And, you know, we're in a foreign country. We're not familiar with the area at all. So when you get a knock, you know, you don't know who this person is. He obviously wasn't an official. You don't know how many of them there are. This day and age, you're not really sure what anyone's capable of or what their intentions are. So I got up, I observed him for a while, and then after a few minutes, I realized he really wasn't a threat. He was dropped off by someone at some point last night with a tent, and for whatever reason, and after a while, he had a cigarette, and then he crawled into his tent and probably sleeping it off. But it's okay to be overly cautious.
Yes. Always better to be overly cautious than thinking everyone is just, out to have a good time.
I was not going to open this door or unlock this van until I knew what was going on. And then we decided it was time. Let's just pick up and go.
Yeah. So we're on our way to the next recommendation from ChatGPT. But I really want to see what's on that trail cam.
We do have the trail cam. We're going to see what this individual was doing before the knock. I have a feeling he really was looking for his phone and just really didn't know what had happened the night before. So we'll look at this. And also, we're hoping to see some non-human activity on this trail cam.
Some furry critters.
Because I did see some poopies yesterday, some bear poopies, not too far from camp. So we're going to check out what happened last night. Well, that's him.
Where? I can't see.
So he It appears he did come from his camp. And that was all the activity. So no bear, no wildlife last night. And this individual, without even watching the video, you can tell he came from his camp. Didn't know what time it was. So yeah.
All right, well,
everything worked out.
Let's try and find this restaurant that has been recommended by ChatGPT on our little ChatGPT field trip that we're on. I tried to look it up. It's called Majestic Restaurant Ltd. here in Houston on Highway 16. And I couldn't find anything about it except for a very old yellow page listing. So I'm skeptical that this restaurant is still
a restaurant.
A restaurant. But let's go find out.
All right.
Let's see.
So if there was a Majestic restaurant, there is a hotel over here. Maybe it was part of that hotel at one point. It looks very unused, and I don't think that is going to be the best poutine on our route by any means, even if it was there. It's in a hotel.
Agree.
So I think we need to do ourselves a favor and manually type in to Google best poutine.
All right, robot 0, humans 3, maybe?
Yeah, I think so.
Let's keep heading down that road.
All right. Just saw our first black bear of the trip. Couldn't get the camera out in time, but always cool to see a bear, right? High five. Woohoo! We're now in the town of Smithers. We're on this really nice little riverside walk loop. Wanted to get Wes out for some leg stretchies, check out this beautiful view. And since AI kind of failed us on best place to find poutine on our route, we're gonna take it into our own hands and go find the best poutine, at least in this town. I don't know if it's the best, but it looks pretty damn good to me. Southern fried chicken poutine.
You want some of my salad?
No, I'm good. That was some pretty good poutine. For those of you that aren't familiar with it, it is a classic Canadian dish, French fries, gravy, and cheese curds. And now we're starting to find out that you can get like different twists on it. Like we had some really good stuff when we first crossed the border. It was a smoked pulled pork poutine that has definitely been the best one we've ever had. This one was really good. It was southern fried chicken like on top of it. So just a really tasty dish. Probably not the healthiest thing in the world. I got the poutine sweats. But now we're gonna try to go find camp for the night. Let's go.
Hello. Hi, guys. Yeah. Bye, boys.
All right, we found camp for the night. Do you think that the robot suggested this place, or was it us that found it? And does Wes approve? All right, AI did not find this spot. The spot AI wanted us to go to happened to be a backpack only inn, and it's probably covered in feet of snow still. So that is humans 4, robots 0. We found this spot, and it's another awesome wreck site. It's free, there's nobody here, and there's this big beautiful lake behind us. Can't complain.
No, you can't. So what is our general take on using ChatGPT or OpenAI or whatever you might for planning trips? It's got some work to do, right? I think that it's good just providing a general outline, but there's lots of factors that go into planning a trip that you need to take into consideration, including weather, if the information is current that you're finding online or not, personal preferences, and a whole host of other things that I just don't think is quite there yet. And maybe if we put in some different prompts, we would have gotten some different answers. But for right now, this was a fun experiment. We'll leave it at that. But it was by no means like the perfect road trip through British Columbia that it had outlined for us.
No, and it was cool. It got us out to some spots that we probably would not have seen.
True.
So I can't complain there. We saw a lot of wildlife. We've seen 1 bear, 6 moose.
Lots of cows.
It's been cool.
And for now, we're going to go ahead and put ChatGPT on the back burner as we continue traveling through BC on our way up to the Stewart Cassiar and then up to Alaska. But we may have one more detour. Maybe. We'll see how it is. We wake up in the morning and that we're both looking at before we get to that Stewart Cassiar highway.
And that's where we'll pick you up next time. We hope you liked this video. If you did, thumbs up, like, subscribe. We'll see you on the next adventure out there. Bye!